Hey everybody, it's the Dynamite Show. Paul Fontaine, Jeff Hawkins here on the Fight Game Media YouTube channel. Checking in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe after Dynamite ended. And all those listening on the Fight Game Media free audio feed on Thursday morning. I want to thank you all for listening as well. Got a couple people in the chat here. Darren, Fernando, Curryhead. Always fun to have these guys here. Curryhead's trying to get you drunk at the convention you're not going to. It'd be nice if you did. Yeah, we had the go home show for Revolution today. Big Dave and Jeremy Feinstein of Strong Style. What is the show called? Strong Style Evolved? No, that's a different show. What is this show called? He's got a New Japan show on this very network. Speaking of Strong Style, that's what it is.
Yes.
I didn't even look it up. I
didn't realize it'd be a quiz.
Yeah. No, him and Dave were in the front row, and they got more camera time than half the guys on the show. Guys, sit down when you're in the front row, please. If I was in the second row, I'd have been pissed.
Some jackass wrestling newsletter writer was blocking my view of
He was signing merch, apparently. I missed that, but other people caught it on camera.
Hey Dave, what'd you think of that show? How many match? How many stars?
He was on his phone half the time when he was on camera.
Probably talking to somebody about 20 feet away in Gorilla or something.
No, he's taking notes.
I know.
That's what he's doing. But anyways, the big news this week was the launch of My AEW, which this news broke on Monday. And so essentially what they've done is they've essentially established like a WWE network for the international audience.
Right.
And what it gets you for, there's different tiers, but the one that makes the most sense, it's $120, so $10 a month. And you get all the pay-per-views, you get Ring of Honor weekly show, you get the Ring of Honor pay-per-views, and you get Dynamite and Collision all live and archived. All for $10 a month. But that's only international.
Yes,
and they have a fast channel, which it just airs nonstop AEW content, and it's matches. It's old episodes of Dynamite, it looks like so far. I'll tell you this. I had some free time, so I traveled to England on Monday, and I signed up for this service, and it's great. I split with a friend because, the flight was very expensive, so I couldn't really afford that annual fee. So I split with a friend, and so I'm paying $60. I split. I'm paying $60 for the year, and I'm getting all the AEW pay-per-views. I'm getting all the Ring of Honor. I get the TV on TV anyway, so I'm not using it, but he is. And he said he watched it today, and he said the picture is better than Max. Like, it's the quality of this thing is great. It's awesome. Like, and it feels like they're preparing for life after Max is what it feels like.
I have mixed feelings about this, Paul, and you'll be able to help me work my way through them, I think.
Sure.
I'm the gross capitalist of the wrestling community. I'm the person who wakes up every day and tells you get paid. And I sit and I watch Twitter all day. And I listen to things about, sorry, didn't realize that my phone was going to ring. I watch people going, you know what? Artists need to be paid for their work. And wrestlers should unionize, and, it needs to be fair to the artists. And then this My AEW thing comes out, and it's nothing but a bunch of broke dick Americans going, how can I get this too? Because I don't want to have to pay $60 a month for a pay-per-view. I don't want to have to pay $30 a month for Max. I'm like, yes, it's for international outreach where they don't have television markets.
Right.
You in America are supposed to be paying full freight because these are guys working for you. It's not that, I'm stealing from a billionaire who won't miss it or whatever.
You're not stealing though. I'm giving them money.
You're giving them $10 when you should be giving them 30 or 60 or whatever a
because
month.
I'll tell you this, I wasn't going to watch the pay-per-view on Sunday, and now I am.
Oh,
I know it's 100% true. Like, I was not going to buy the pay-per-view this week.
you can almost excuse this. You can almost excuse this being Canadian. I'm talking to my American brethren where I'm watching on the board, and you were part of this.
Yeah, I was coaching people.
If I get a VPN and I PayPal from Mogadishu or wherever the hell they're going to PayPal from, can I get this too? Because,
okay, let me tell you something, Jeff.
I want to get around
let me tell you something, Jeff.
all these things to make you pay for art or something.
When you talk about the PayPal thing, when I tried to sign up for Paramount Plus in order to get the UFC shows for free, Paramount would not take my money. Because as soon as I entered my PayPal address, they said, "Oh, that is associated with a Canadian address. You're not eligible for this." I can't remember exactly what it is, but that was the word. When I paid for this, I used the same PayPal address. They happily took my money. So to me, this tells me this thing is PayPal. This thing is VPN friendly. They know Americans are going to do it, and they're more than happy to take their money.
I'm not. Hold on. Put up. AA Rocks is coming. I'm not saying it's much more complicated than it is. I'm saying people want to steal. That's what I'm saying.
But they're not stealing. They want a deal, and they're getting a deal. And the thing is, the reason this works for AEW is, okay, they already have a service, right? It's called AEW Plus. I was signed up for it until Monday. It's through Triller. It's also only available internationally. So I was paying $8 a month to AEW Plus. That gave me the AEW television archives. It gave me the AEW television live, and it also gave me the right to purchase their pay-per-views at a discount. So I would get an $8, I think it's an $8 discount every month when I ordered the pay-per-view. It might have been 12. I ended up getting the pay-per-views for like $20 when you have AEW Plus. Now, this new service is a little bit more, but you get the pay-per-views for free. So it was a no-brainer. I canceled AEW Plus immediately. So instead of giving my money to Triller, I'm giving it to AEW Plus, or to my AEW, which I assume is Tony Khan. And they're getting all that money guaranteed now. They don't have to sell the pay-per-views every month. So it's just like the WWE Network. And I did the same thing when the WWE Network started because we didn't have it in Canada for 2 years. So I signed up for it with an American. I said I lived at the Mall of America. And I signed up.
You probably could and get away with it.
Yeah. And I signed up, and I was a day one subscriber, and I canceled the day that they went to Peacock because it was not a thing anymore. And then I signed up for the Canadian network because we had it by then, and we had the Canadian network for like a year after you guys went to Peacock. So to me, I don't feel like I'm stealing because I'm giving them money.
You're giving them money. It's just one of these things where the business plan isn't exactly. I mean, I don't know. There's something wrong with you. I'm not necessarily you. I'm talking the Americans in the audience that are deciding to do this.
Well, did you see? So there was actually, I got the thing up here. There was actually a thing that was going around, and I think this is in the works, or maybe they realized they couldn't do it. But there was actually an American version of this that they had an ad up for, and it was up for about an hour, and then they removed it. So they had a monthly subscription that's $49.99. So basically the cost of a pay-per-view. And that gives you the Fast Channel, which is free anyways. AEW Podcast Network, which is free anyways. You get Dynamite and Collision on a 30-day thing. You get Honor Club for free. Ring of Honor pay-per-views if they're happening that month for free. You get the archive of AEW television, and you get select AEW pay-per-view archives, and you get the pay-per-view for that month. That's for $50. For $90, you get the exact same thing that I just mentioned. You also get a 10% off discount at shopaew.com, and you get one autographed poster. So this is for Marks. Because this is $50 more, and you're paying $50. Now the big one though, this is the annual subscription. This was $300, and it's basically it's $25 a month. That gets you all the AEW pay-per-views for the year and everything else that was mentioned. You don't get that merch that the Mark tier gets, but you get everything else. So to me, like $25 a month, if you're somebody that buys all the AEW pay-per-views, you're signing up for that day one. But they can't do that yet because they still have HBO Max. But that feels like what they're doing is they've got this set up and they're waiting for when Paramount takes over and says, "Yeah, we're ending the HBO Max service, and we don't have pay-per-view."
Let me try and put this another way, I guess. Do I think that AEW pay-per-views are a bit overpriced given the current market and the fact that the WWE network and also their deals basically made pay-per-views worth $10? Yes, I do. I do I pay it still? Yes, I do.
Yeah, I do too.
I do find something like, okay, stealing's the wrong word for it, but it's like if you have a candy bowl out at your house for Halloween and you go and you dump it in your bag because you don't want to buy a bag of the actual candy. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like, oh, okay, some guy in a place that can't get AEW television is going to pay $10 a month so he can get AEW television, while you, in the glorious country of the gold medal winning hockey team, America, are going to go, well, you know what? I need to pretend to be destitute so that I can get this too. I just, there's something skeevy to me about it. I'm sorry. That's just my sense of honor, I guess. I don't know. Or
no, I get what you're saying. It's almost like, I'm trying to think of what this was. There was something that I used to do where
and I would put up Aaron, because Aaron's my favorite person right now because he's almost thinking the same thing at the same. I am not dying on this hill at all because I don't care particularly because I find most people. Well, no, I don't want to go there.
I mean, if I wanted to steal, I mean, it's very easy just to download the pay-per-views or watch them via, watchwrestling.com or whatever that site is. I'm not going to advertise them, but I know there's a site where you can get all the TV and all the pay-per-views and it's free.
And it's fine. I mean,
it's
you know what it is? It's the member of the Actors Union in me. That's what it is.
Well, okay, no, as far as that goes, though, this isn't going to affect them at all. They're still getting the exact same money. The money
they are right now, but
the money
when you
that
start drying up the pool,
the money that AEW gets for pay-per-view it's pennies compared to what they get for TV. I mean, like if they sold no pay-per-views at all, Tony Khan is still massively profitable with AEW. So all you're doing is taking money out of a billionaire's pocket.
That doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it right. Stealing from
then don't try to sell me. Don't give me the option of buying it for $10 a month or buying it for $50 a month.
You can justify anything in your mind if you want to. I'm not going to be the one on
What about this offer that I just read where they're giving
you're fine.
the exact same thing, but offering them a freaking autograph poster, and we're going to charge you an extra $50.
I'm saying my conscience will be clean. That's all I'm saying.
And mine too, because I'm giving them money. I happily gave them my money. Now they also have something in their terms of service that says if we find out you're using a VPN, we can cancel you, and you'll get no refund. So it is buyer beware. At any point they could cancel me. Oh, you know what this reminds me of? Okay, this is the perfect analogy. From about 2000 to 2005. I had a subscription to Bell satellite service. It was $30 a month for the basic service, and you just got the basic channels. Now, I could go online, and I purchased what was affectionately known as a cheater card, and you inserted that in, and it unlocked all the channels, including the pay-per-views. And I watched WWF pay-per-views, WWE when they changed, TNA, porn, whatever, everything. It was all free for about 5 years. And then at one point, there was a lot of people doing this. There was websites, and every once in a while they'd mix the singles, and you just have to download a new one, throw it into your laptop, and download the new signals and all that. And then one day, all of a sudden, they bricked everything. And
Yeah.
and if you're and you couldn't even watch the stuff you were paying for anymore. And so if you called the satellite company and said, "Oh, my machine doesn't work," and they, "Oh, what's the error code you're getting?" "Oh, it's 45394." "Oh, yeah, you had a cheater card." And I'm like, "I don't know what a cheater card is." "Well, yes, you do, because you had one, and if you didn't, you wouldn't have that error code. So if you want to keep using our service, you have to pay for a new receiver, and that's going to be $300 or whatever it was. Might have been more, 500 maybe." And I was like, "Yeah, well, gig's up. If I want to keep doing this, I guess I got to pay for this." And that's what happened. And the same thing could happen here.
We'll revisit this tomorrow on Shake Them Ropes, because it'll be entertaining.
Yeah, we're gonna be on Shake
There'll be
Them
some
Ropes.
time.
Yeah. So I'm gonna watch Honor Club tomorrow, first time in probably 3 months. And I'm looking forward to it. And I was not gonna get the pay-per-view on Sunday, and I'm not looking forward to Texas Death, but the rest of the card looks great. And so I will have thoughts next week, and I'll be able to tell you guys. Now, the one thing with me sharing, which is another thing, we can't watch at the same time. It blocks. So that's fine, because I never watched.
Oh, you might have to pony up the full $10 a month.
I told the other guy, I said, I don't mind paying full price, and neither does he.
Oh, how gracious of you to pay $10.
Actually, to be fair, he hasn't paid me yet. I paid for it. I paid for it all.
It'd be great if you both were trying to steal from each other too.
Yeah, no. Well, he's the person that ordered Paramount Plus for me, because I couldn't pay for it myself, and so I'm logging in with his account. I gave him the money for it. So, anyways, so yeah, we are. So we were in San Jose tonight for AEW Dynamite. They were in a small building, and it was the San Jose Civic Center. It seated about 2,600, and I believe they sold out. Although they did find tickets for Dave and Jeremy in the front row. But yeah, as of like about an hour before the show, they had like 6 tickets left or something. So they sold out. And so they had no Excalibur tonight. Ian Riccaboni was on. I don't know if Shivani was like the lead play-by-play guy, and Ian was like a color commentator, and Bryan Danielson was back. So it's really kind of weird how they do the commentary. It's like totally random every week, but they ran down the card to start, and listeners of Wrestling Observer Radio will recall, and I think I was on the show when Dave said it. He looked at this card and thought, "Oh, this might be one of the best Dynamites of all time." I thought it was a good show. I can't say it's like
the view from 1,000 feet for me was a good wrestling show if you wanted to watch wrestling.
Yeah.
As a go home show, it was lacking to me.
It was lacking quite a bit. Yeah. And the wrestling was good, but I was actually expecting it to be better. Like, to be honest with you. And we'll get into that as we go through.
I guess, coming out, and I was, thinking, because in this in the 10 or 15 minutes between when the show ends and when we start, I think, okay, what's my prism of thought on this show, basically? And
you love Aaron.
I do.
That's a Dean. Never mind. That's a Dean. Oh,
a Dean. Sorry. Yeah, no, I was thinking the same thing. Yes, it's one of the best of all time that he's attended. I don't understand them sometimes, because it's like, okay, get ready for the pay-per-view where you're going to watch more of what we're showing you right now with a lot of the same people in the same match.
And Riccaboni basically said those those exact words. If you think this is great, tune in for more on Sunday. Like, what if I don't?
More gold for everybody. It was. But again, I'm also a little on the. I wouldn't say contrarian, but I'm. I know what you mean. Yeah, I want some heated promos. I want to anticipate the show,
right?
Versus, it'll be a good match.
I will say this crowd was up for what they were seeing, and even they were doing their best to try to promote the pay-per-view almost harder than the actual people were doing it.
Yes.
And I'll take, because in this opening match, it was Moxley and Claudio of the Death Riders versus Hechicero and Takeshita. So this, out of the 433,000 combinations of Callis and Death Riders, this was 81,136 of that. And it was so. But when Moxley and Takeshita got in the ring together, like the fans chanted "Holy shit!" and they were all like thrilled to see it. Even though like I think these guys have mixed it up on like every show for the last 2 weeks, but like the crowd treated it like, "Oh man, we're getting to see this, awesome!" We're gonna get to see a whole match on Sunday. Like, so that was cool. Tony Schiavone, who's not used to doing play-by-play on Dynamite, I think he missed the call going into the break because he was like halfway through his sentence and they just cut off and went to picture in picture. When we came back, we got a light "This is awesome" chant. The match was solid, kind of boring, kind of like most Moxley openers. Then it kind of picked up a little bit. Claudio hit Takeshita with an uppercut when he was going for a lariat. Moxley got a 2 count off of that. Mox was working an armbar for a submission. Takeshita made the ropes. They pointed out Takeshita had a black eye from wrestling Claudio on Saturday. Then he hit Moxley with a running knee, and then they both made tags. Claudio did the swing on Hechicero for 2. I noted here, it's the first time I noticed Marina. She was there, but she wasn't really doing anything. Crowd was chanting one more time for the swing, but Claudio wasn't going to do it. And then Hechicero hit a guillotine leg drop. And then Claudio just poked the eye, and with the ref was distracted, and he rolled up Hechicero for the win, and that was it. And I don't know, the match was fine. The finish kind of came out of nowhere, and I didn't think it was a very good finish, and it was fine.
The finish stunk.
Okay, I was
for a baby face crew. But I will say this: as down as I was on Moxley and Hechicero last week, because I felt like they didn't click, Hechicero and Claudio were pretty darn good, and I thought Hechicero had a really good night tonight, and he still remains.
You love him, yeah.
I do love him, but I mean, there are things he's doing with his manipulation and stuff to get to moves that I'm just watching. I still like. I don't like as much of the wavy stuff, but some of the stuff he's doing to separate his moves. Now, don't get me wrong, there were a few times where there was some definite miscommunication because you could just see he was starting to do something. Claudio kind of stopped. They both kind of looked at each other for a moment and did it. I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the post match for the most part. So we're back to again the John Moxley against the Callis family openers. So
so Marina got in the match, got in the ring after the match, and then the Callis family came out. Lance Archer just laid out Marina. Mark Davis showed up. He handed a chair to Takeshita, wanted him to use it on Moxley while Hechicero was holding Moxley. Takeshita wouldn't do it, and the announcers were telling the story that Takeshita wanted to win on his own. Here's where the fans chanted "Fuck Don Callis," and then we got a "Fuck Ice 2" chant. I think that was it for "Fuck Ice" all night. And the announcers were no selling the chant. And the post-match kind of went on a little long, and then Takeshita did the belt motion, and he left Moxley in the ring. And that was that. So
speaking of my favorite wrestler, my favorite B story is Hechicero is always the guy trying to keep the Don Callis family connected, no matter what the team thing is. Because like when he was teaming with Okada and Takeshita, he's trying to get them to work together. Now during the beatdown, he's like, look, do this for the family. We're doing this for you. He's an absolute team player, and I love that kind of geek B villain in comic books all the time. It's like, no, I joined this team to join this team. Let's go kill Spider-Man. Okay,
exactly.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm there.
Yeah, Josh Alexander's kind of like that too, and Rocky, but Rocky, who cares about Rocky? And AA Rocks pointed out that the whole building was chanting for Hechicero during the picture-in-picture break.
As well, they should. He is the MVP.
I think it feels like maybe we're going to get Claudio and Hechicero in a CMLL title match, and maybe that'll be in Arena Mexico.
Yeah,
So that'd be kind of cool. Then we got Renee backstage with Persephone and Willow, and so Willow says she's been hoping to have this match for a while. She congratulated Persephone on her big win last week against Mercedes in Mexico. Persephone says, well, you know what it's like to beat Mercedes, don't you? And she says, but I hit harder. And then Willow says, I love your fire. So hit me just as hard. I can take it. Persephone says, I don't think so. And then Willow says, well, we'll see about that. Then they bump fists. Renee wished them luck. I wrote down it was a waste of time. These two were too buddy.
Oh, really? I went the opposite way. I would have liked them to have been buddy as opposed to the passive aggressive stuff.
Okay.
I thought the passive aggressive stuff, because it's like we want to like both people. So,
but they're fighting each other. I want to see that they hate each other.
They're competing. Baby faces compete against each other.
Okay. Is Persephone a baby face? I'm not even sure.
I think so. She beat Mercedes.
True. Well, yeah, but that was Mexico versus US. That's different. Then we got Callis with Kyle Fletcher, and he's hyping him up for the match with Bailey. Called him the greatest TNT champion of all time. MJF of all people showed up, and this was interesting. And he says, "I want to see what you're going to do, Kyle. You're a beautiful man." He says, "Do me a favor." And he says that speed goof Mike Bailey kicked me in the face. Can you beat the absolute living shit out of him for me? And then Kyle says, "Who do you think you're talking to? I don't take orders from you. I'm going to beat him up so bad, but it's going to be for me, not you." And then MJF's pissed off at Kyle. He says, "Hey, Don, why don't you teach you guys how to speak to the world champion?" And he leaves. And then Kyle says, "Tell me we're not working with that son of a bitch." And Don's like, "Do I look crazy to you?" And he kind of does. So I assume they are.
I mean, he was last week.
Yeah, this is interesting because I feels like they're teasing something with MJF and Fletcher, which tells me MJF's probably keeping that belt.
Again, we're going to go back to that episode where I said there are 6 guys and one guy should beat all of them. Again, it should be Fletcher, and Fletcher should be the main guy in this promotion. I marked hard for the "you're a beautiful man." I just go with that. I got that's such an MJF statement to say, but it's so good as a heel to say that too. Like, "You're a beautiful man."
Yeah.
I boy, Kyle. I like him as TNT champ, but I want him as world champ so bad. But MJF's doing good work here, but I like this segment. So yeah.
Did you feel like this was teasing something though, that maybe MJF is not losing that belt on Sunday?
See, it just depends, because everybody's thinking that Kyle's also going to break off from Callis, and then it would be teasing it. But right now, no. Okay. I think they got to find another baby face, probably.
Well, I just feel like MJF might be the kind of guy that faces baby faces and heels.
I would be cool with that. The problem is they can't do the what I like to call the flare pivot.
True. Yeah.
You know, back in 84, 85, Flair would do this. When he's fighting a baby face, he'd be the biggest heel there is. But when he's fighting a heel, he'd be the biggest company man, suck up baby face for the fans. And that's a cool thing to be able to have a skill at, but I don't think MJF has that right now in this incarnation. And I like him as a heel, but I don't mind heel versus heel feuds. You just gotta build it for me.
You gotta be careful. Yeah. I mean, obviously if they did that match, the fans are going to cheer Kyle anyways, even though he's a heel. So,
yeah.
So then we got Mike Bailey and Kyle Fletcher. Cal's was on commentary. He was putting over Bailey. Said he was very talented, but size matters, and Kyle Fletcher's getting bigger, stronger, and faster every week. He says, "I don't even know how that's possible, but it's happening." He made fun of Bailey for wearing no boots. They mentioned tomorrow is the 1-year anniversary of Bailey's signing. They pointed out that on Collision, we're going to get Kevin Knight against El Clone. Callis promised that Clone will take him out. Bailey did a Poison Rana on the apron going into break, and then I fast forward through the break, and we come back and Kyle's in control. So I don't even know what the point of doing that apron on the that Poison Rana on the apron was, because we didn't even see Kyle have to sell it. So this is where we got our first look at Dave and Jeremy, and we got to see them a lot. I probably wrote down a lot of the times I saw it. Kyle lawn darted Fletcher into the ropes. Then Bailey had a sleeper on him less than 30 seconds later. So they're not selling anything. Speedball went for an armbar. Kyle picked him up, power bombed him to get out of it. We got fight forever chance. Then we got a 5-minute call, and fans booed the 5-minute call. Bailey did a top rope Poison Rana. Then he hit a spin kick to the head, got a near fall. Kyle Fletcher hit a Michinoku driver for 2. That was a good near fall. He hit a lariat on him. Then he started posing on the ropes. They did a 3-minute count. And at this point, like, they're not even being like aggressive trying to go for the finish. I figured for sure they must be doing a draw. And Kyle went for a brainbuster. Bailey rolled him up. Then he hit a thrust kick and a spinning kick in the ropes. Went to the middle rope, but he missed his like double stomp, flippy move. But then he rolled up Kyle for 2. Kyle went for a kick in the corner, but he missed. Then he did a straight jacket. Bailey rolled him up for 2. Bailey hit him with a spinning head kick. Then Okada shows up, and he's got the screwdriver. So the ref is trying to get the screwdriver away from him. That gave Fletcher the chance to rake his eyes. Then he called for Mark Davis to get his TNT belt, handed him the belt. Fletcher hit him with the belt, hit a brainbuster, and got the pin. And I will say that first match in the Continental Classic was better, but I love this. I absolutely loved Kyle Fletcher cheating to win. and the fact that we got a finish when I wasn't expecting one. So I'm not saying it was better than their first match, but I like this a lot.
I think I may have liked it better than that match.
And I'm not surprised.
It was a little more pro wrestling,
Yeah.
and the ending was it. The only thing that gives me a little bit of pause is I think they're gonna have Kevin Knight beat El Clone, and then I think the Callis family beats up Kevin Knight, and I think it's all in service of them losing the 6-man, which is just ridiculous to me. But I like this.
I think Kevin Knight is turning in the main event on.
That's
Sunday.
possible too.
Yeah.
To join Swerve.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Somebody needs to take falls for him. I liked that they did a good job of teasing that Bailey could win this.
Yeah. No, he had some great near falls. Again,
you know what? If they had made it non-title, I would have bit even harder. I think maybe you make this non-title. Maybe you actually do give Bailey the win in this as like a title eliminator type thing.
Yeah, I guess he wanted to do the thing for some reason. Then we got a Brody King standby match. Brody King does a promo on the way to the ring. He says, I'm looking for Swerve. He's nowhere to be found. I'm kind of pissed off because I got this stupid standby match, but whoever it is going to find out who the most dangerous man in AEW is. So he gets in the ring. His opponent looks like Terry Funk, and I don't mean Terry Funk in the 80s. I mean like whatever Terry Funk would look like if he was still alive today. Like this guy was pathetic. And Brody hit him with a lariat and a Gonzo bomb and got the win. I want more jobbers like this. I love this dude.
This is what jobbers are supposed to be. This is what I want. I don't want them to have offense. I want them
pasty
to die
and hairy and no muscle tone.
Out of shape. Yeah. Possible substitute teachers during the week. Yeah. Give me the Gene Liggins of the world.
Yeah.
The Mulkeys.
The Mulkeys are like freaking Hangman compared to this guy.
I know, but still, I want the nondescript, balding, have the little horseshoe type thing going. Yeah.
Yeah. So then he's celebrating and he's walking around the ring and he eventually gets attacked by a fan in the crowd and it's Swerve under a hood and the crowd popped when he unmasked and he had a chain with him, of course. And he brings Brody into the ring. He tries to choke him out with the chain, but Brody ripped the chain in half. And Danielson or Schiavone, I can't remember which one it is. He broke the chain. He tried to run away, but Brody suplexed him. And then he did a cannonball into the corner. Then he picks up the chain, wrapped it around his arm, choked out Swerve on the ropes. Brody gets attacked from behind by Nana, and Brody just shoved him aside like he was a bug. But at least that distracted him long enough so that Swerve could escape by hitting an arm breaker on Brody. And Danielson astutely pointed out that this is the arm that Brody had previously broken. So Swerve taking advantage of an old injury. It's a nice little angle.
I assume that will be a story in the match too.
You'd hope so. You'd hope so. And they're wrestling on Sunday. So that card, I think they're still making matches for it. And I lost count at like 15. We'll go over the card at the end of the show, but then we got Renee Paquette with Speedball, and God bless my Canadian brother, but this promo was not very good. She said, "Oh, it's another tough loss. Since losing the trios title last week, how do you plan to prepare?" And he's like, "Well," he says, "the best man didn't win tonight, and I could complain that Kyle Fletcher needed to cheat to win, but that's not who I am. So every time I go in the ring, I give it everything I got. Kyle Fletcher and the entire Callis family, when I team with Kevin Knight and Mystico, you'll get exactly what you deserve." And that was that.
You gotta give him for being. He's French Canadian, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it's working.
He needs to watch his George St. Pierre tapes.
Yes.
Yeah. Please, Tony Khan, give me Kyle Fletcher.
But there is something pathetic about a babyface who gets taken advantage of over and over and over again. Go, well, I'm going to continue to do it the correct way. Yeah. Much like me in AEW and paying for it.
Yeah. Much like Sting and Ric Flair, continuing to trust old Rick.
Yeah, there's something. It's like, get friends or something, you dope.
He has one who's about to join his heated rival.
Well, they had one, and they announced that he was accompanying him to the ring, and then he didn't accompany him to the ring. He stayed up at the top of the ramp.
Maybe he was in another mask on the other side of the apron in case Brody showed up there. Hey, good thing Brody had a standby match, or Swerve would have been sitting in the audience with a mask for nothing.
Sit next to Dave, getting him scooped.
Yeah. Next we got Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin against Gabe Kidd and David Finlay. This was David Finlay's AEW debut. And this was they had a wild brawl, just all four guys in and out of the ring. Apparently Darby was not even trying for the win. He just wants to hurt these dogs. And Finlay and Orange Cassidy were brawling right in front of Jeremy and Dave. And Dave was on his phone, wasn't really watching them brawl. They went to a break. They came back. Cassidy's doing the weak ass punches on both guys. Crowd was super into it. Then he rolled up Finlay for 2, did a dive onto Gabe Kidd on the outside, went back in the ring, hit a DDT on Finlay. Kidd broke up the tag. They announced a bunch of stuff for Collision here. So we're getting Mark Davis and Commander, Lena Cross and Mina, the Demand against the Bang Bang Gang, and the Triangle of Madness will be in action. We'll hear from Chris Statlander and Mascara Dorada and Andrade El Idolo, which should be a hell of a match. And I guess they're taping that tonight. So that one's just specifically for Uncle Dave, that last one. So we back to the action. Orange Cassidy made a hot tag. Darby's going wild. Heel miscommunication left Darby in there with Finlay. I hit him with a springboard coffin drop. Kidd got in. Darby put on the sharpshooter or whatever, the Scorpion Deathlock, I guess he calls it. Finlay kicked his head off. Darby no-sold it. Then he poked him in the eyes. Finally, he let it go. Went for the coffin drop. Finlay caught him. Kidd clothesline Darby off of Finlay's back, almost like the Doomsday Device. Orange Cassidy broke up the pin. Then he hit the Stun Dog Millionaire on Kidd. Orange Cassidy tossed Finlay outside the ring. Darby hit Kidd with a dive. Orange Cassidy did the same to Finlay. Put Gabe in a chair. Did a dive off the top rope with a missile drop kick. And then Orange Cassidy was on the other side of the ring. He gets attacked by Clark Connors, hit him with a tire iron, laid him out. Then Darby rolled Kidd back in the ring, went to the top. Darby went for the coffin drop. Gabe got his knees up. Darby rolled him up anyways. And then Finlay hit him with a backbreaker, and they double teamed him. Finlay hit a Dominator. Kidd hit the pile driver, got the win. I mean, this was just miles of fun. They went 50 miles an hour for 12 minutes or however long they fought, and it was great. It was awesome.
I enjoyed it. The tire iron was an interesting choice given last night's NXT.
Well, it's kind of his gimmick. He's got wheelie, I think he calls it, that he brings to the ring and uses as a foreign object. So, I mean, of course, the announcers could have told us that, but
I did not know that. So I thought it was just they were watching the others' television and somehow.
Well, I'm sure that's how it comes off. But yeah, because Tony D did that, right?
No, that was Shiloh.
Oh, right.
With all the cars in the parking lot.
I love Shiloh.
Yeah, and then this bullshit happened.
What? Oh, the aftermath?
Yes.
Yeah, so, oh my God. So all three dogs are attacking Orange Cassidy in the ring. Finlay's mocking the crowd. Who should come out to make the quote-unquote save but Roderick Strong? Now, Roddy walks to the ring as slow as he possibly could. The heels, nicely stopped beating up on him while Roddy was walking to the ring. When we last saw Roddy, keep in mind, he walked out on Orange Cassidy during a tag team match, told him he hated him, never wanted to team with him. Then he had another tag team match that he was booked for and he didn't show up for. So Orange Cassidy had to get a substitute partner. They had signs saying, "Where's Roddy?" And here Roddy shows up. And the dogs figured, oh, he's here to help us. So they set up Orange Cassidy so that Roddy can attack him. Roddy grabs Orange Cassidy, puts him in a headlock like he's going to DDT him. And then he throws Orange Cassidy into one of the dogs, and then he starts fighting back. And by this point, Darby's come to as well, and they clear away all the baby faces. Crowd is going nuts for Roddy. I wrote down this is stupid, but the crowd ate it up, so I guess it worked.
No.
Well, I
We
mean,
can't allow that.
I mean, I'm right, but I mean, I'm not gonna. I can't justify this.
You are factually correct, but that doesn't make it right. I'm
No,
sorry.
it was stupid.
And part of me thinks he's just going to turn on him again on Sunday, but that's me.
I actually thought it was going to be Kyle O'Reilly that would show up at some point and help Orange Cassidy, because we haven't seen him in ages. Or Eddie Kingston. Where the hell's that guy? I haven't seen Eddie Kingston since he beat the Grizzled Young Vets. And I was told they were going to be tag team contenders.
Getting free trips out to TV. I don't know. I just thought this was ridiculous. There's no rhyme or reason. And then Riccaboni trying to give me the hard sell of the redemption story. It's like, excuse me?
Yeah. And we're just supposed to ignore all the previous storylines.
Right. It's long-term storytelling.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen Roddy in months, and here he is to help his good friend. I guess he realized the error.
We've seen him in months. It's been like 3 weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's something like that. But he realized the error of his ways. I guess it's going to be the story.
I just watched this and I go, I rarely talk to myself watching wrestling, but this is one of the times I verbally said, this makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I literally wrote those exact words down. This makes no sense. This storyline is stupid, but the crowd chanted for Roddy, so I guess it worked. Then we got Persephone and Willow, and of course Persephone is coming off beating Mercedes Moné for the CMLL women's title last week. So Mercedes is doing the world tour and losing all her belts, which, to be fair, a lot of people didn't think she was going to do, and she's doing it. So I believe she's going to be in Winnipeg in 3 weeks, because they're doing Dynamite here on April 1st, and I think she's doing an indie here a couple days before, or maybe the night before. So I assume she's going to lose that Winnipeg pro wrestling title as well. But anyways, fans didn't seem to know Persephone at first, but they got behind her by the time we got to the first break. So I guess that's good on her. They came back. Willow was in control. She's selling her shoulders. They're fighting on the floor. Aubrey's telling them to get back in the ring, but she's not counting. Willow hit a power bomb, and then Aubrey just left the ring and went to check on people. So then she hit a cannonball off the apron, rolled Persephone back in the ring, hit another cannonball. Persephone broke up the ropes to grab the ropes to break up the pin. Willow went to the top, went for a moonsault. Persephone rolled away. She hit a German suplex on Willow. Then Willow hit one of her own. Crowd starting to get behind Willow again. Persephone hit a lion salt for 2, which was interesting. Mm-hmm. They did the 10-minute call. Then they were trading forearms. Persephone did a matrix to get out of a clothesline. Still new for another Canadian there. Willow hit it on the second try. She got a 2. Persephone hit a shotgun drop kick. They were fighting on the top rope. Persephone tried a sunset powerbomb, couldn't get it. Then she goes to the mat, starts smacking her ass for some reason. And then she set her up, trying for a razor's edge, which they have another move for it, but I can't remember what it is. It's a razor's edge. And apparently it's her finisher. And the crowd was like building, like they were going to go nuts if she hit this move.
Mm-hmm.
But Willow slid out, rolled her up, and got the pin. And this finish was like a fart in church.
Yes.
It was like the first match. In that sense. And
exactly. Okay, good. Well, you and I are on the same page on this.
Okay.
It was a good match, bad finish, probably should have been a draw to set something up for later.
Yeah, or I mean, you could have even had Persephone win. Willow's got another belt.
Yeah, but I mean, not for
although I think the story they're telling is Willow's defending too much, and that's what's going to cost her the tag team titles. And then Harley's, I think we're not going to see Harley for a while because I think there's some other stuff going on with Harley.
Okay, that sounds correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're doing a singles match with her on the pre-show, right, on 0 Hour, and then
she's defending the title on the main card, which it's funny because I'll just skip forward. Like when Willow did that promo. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? Because she just went talking for a mile a minute. And then I asked a question in our Discord. So what's happening? Like, is she defending one title on the pre-show and the tag team titles on the main card? And I'm like, no, she only said she was defending the TNT title. Put the tag team titles out of your mind, blah, blah, blah. And then they announced the tag team match. So she was supposed to be doing both, but she didn't make it very clear. Even though that's what I heard. But then I was told, you're making things up. So...
Never read the comments.
No,
I think it's a good story to tell. I think you should just tell it, but they're telling it in like a week and a half, which isn't.
And they're doing the exact same thing with Kevin Knight. So,
yeah.
Maybe
Willow will join Swerve too. It'll be a heel stable like that.
Then an interesting thing here, because we got a video promoting the main event of the show tonight, and Tommaso Ciampa was cutting a promo, and it's funny because we only got a few words from Ciampa, but our buddy Garrett was there for the show, right? And he was there before the show. They were doing a bunch of stuff for one of Garrett's friends works for
the Ringer. He was one of the media people on the press conference.
So he was there, and Garrett said he heard Ciampa cutting this promo in another room. Like from wherever they were, he was screaming so loud that he could hear it. He couldn't hear what he was saying, but he could hear his voice. But the funny thing is like it sounds like that promo went on for a couple minutes, and I guess they just kept the best 10 seconds of it, which is good. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of cool. So yeah, it was a decent video package, and I'm starting to recap it, and then I'm realizing, oh shit, this is the exact same promo we saw on Collision. So I didn't bother. I stopped recapping it after that, but it was a good promo.
Well, it was good for me because I don't watch Collision, and I wasn't aware that Tommaso Ciampa had turned on anybody.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because when last I saw Tommaso Ciampa, he was saying "F you" to FTR.
Right. Yeah. So that happened on Collision, and it was funny because it was it was the exact same thing that Ciampa did to Gargano at least twice in NXT. And it was like, it was set up exactly the same. Like if you ever watched NXT, you knew what was coming. Like it was exactly that. It was funny. Now, somebody said, I read a comment that Danielson hinted at Gargano in commentary. If he did, I missed it. Did you hear anything?
He might have. I mean, Gargano just lost to Obafemi in 2 seconds, so he may be on his way out.
Well, and even before that, he was sleeping on boxes.
But the payoff to that was, I'm Johnny Wrestling, and then he just gets squashed.
Yeah. I'm so frustrated. I don't get to do what I want to do, and that's kind of the same promo Ciampa just cut. So yeah, it was interesting. He turned on him, and then he joined up with FTR, and then Briscoe challenged him to a match with the Bucks. And so it was going to be Dem Bucks and FTR and Ciampa. But first we got the Willow and Harley backstage promo. Renee called her 2 belts Willow. She said, this weekend I went to England and I fought England's best. And today I beat Mexico's best. And it was close, but I got it. And then she says, why not do the tag team championship at Revolution? Those 2 thorns on our side, Megan Bain and the big, tall, scary one. What's her name? Lena Cross. And he says, why don't you meet me at 0 hour for the TBS title and show me what you're really made of? That's literally what she said, because I wrote down every word. So I think she was supposed to challenge for both belts. And if you read it one way, she kind of did. If you read it another way, she only did one. But apparently we're getting both matches. And I don't even know how they're going to have time for all these matches. But Willow is burning the candle at both ends, as they say. And she's probably going to lose at least one of those titles. And then we got Dem Bucks against FTR and Ciampa. Now, this match was, it was a party match. It was a PWG. It was. I made the comment, it's going to sum everything up. I wrote down 1 million words here, but instead of getting a match to build to a super grudge match like we should be getting with the Bucks and FTR, which I don't even think they mentioned that angle. Did they? The angle with the Bucks family?
They did, they did a bit on commentary about how it became personal when the family.
Right, but this was not personal. This was the exact same match the Bucks have every single time. This felt like a greatest hits match for Uncle Dave, as opposed to build to a big time grudge match on Sunday.
Well, even Riccoboni kind of said that. Oh, they're going to do that move for Uncle Dave, Meltzer driver type thing.
They didn't acknowledge that he was there.
I would have liked, like you, a little more strategy in this to build up for maybe something in the tag match. Like, hey, we're going after Nick's neck or something like that during this match, and then that sets up a story.
The one thing they did was they did do the Meltzer driver. The FTR did the Meltzer driver onto one of the Jacksons on the table.
Spike pile driver.
it wasn't. I don't know the difference. I guess that's the.
Well, the Monster
Indie
Driver has a flip.
Oh, so this was the Indie Taker then.
No. This is FTR. This is the Brainbusters version.
So then it was nothing. Okay, never mind. I mean, it was something, but it wasn't anything like they were insulting the Bucks by doing their own move to them. That's what I thought they were doing. Okay.
No, they were quote unquote injuring them by doing a move on the table.
Gotcha.
And the table didn't break.
And then they did a post-match angle, which had nothing to do with the Bucks and FTR or any match that's happening on the pay-per-view.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So the match was the match. I mean, all kinds of near falls, and it was good. It was fun. If you like these teams, you love this match, and it was great. And the finish came when Ciampa missed the knee, went for the J Driller. Cash broke it up. He hit the Psycho Killer, and then he hit a knee, the same knee he hit Briscoe with to win the TNT title, and he got the pin here as well. And then after the match, Ciampa attacked him, went and grabbed 2 chairs. Danielson reminded us some of the pre-match promo where he said he's been suppressing this part of himself for years. Ian keeps pointing out that we have no commercial breaks left. So because of that, we just have to sit and watch this violence play out. And I'm like, you don't have security. You don't have referees. You just got to let Ciampa do whatever he's going to do, I guess, is what they said. Because we got to get ready for this press conference, which, by the way, Bryan Danielson is supposed to be moderating, but he's sitting there on commentary. Then Ciampa started biting his forehead, wiped his blood on his chest, gave him an air raid crash onto the chairs, kissed his forehead, sat in the chair, posed. I mean, this went on for a while. And again, nothing to do with the Bucks and FTR. I don't know where the Bucks disappeared to. I saw Cash Wheeler watching all this from ringside. So, FTR was still there. And it was kind of a weird go home thing, although we still had the press conference, quote unquote, to close the show out. But yeah, it was fine. It was a good match. Like, I gave 3 matches on this show 4 stars. Like you said, the wrestling was good. But I mean, this match, I could have been a lot better. I mean, these teams are capable of a lot more than what they did. Even though
the point of this show wasn't to put on good wrestling matches. The point of this show was to sell you the pay-per-view. That's the thing that's driving me nuts.
Right. And I'm not sure that this match necessarily did that.
No.
So we got a video package for the main event on Sunday. It was a very good video package. They went right all the way back to the beginning. I mean, these guys have aged. Like their voices have changed, their looks have changed. I mean, not a lot, and it's very subtle. But when you go back and listen to a promo, we did this when we went back and watched the show from the first year. Like MJF's voice is like 2 octaves lower, and Hangman. I didn't realize how much Hangman had changed, but he's definitely changed. And you hear JR was doing the commentary. He's like, this 27-year-old, he's talking about Hangman. And I'm like, geez, man, he was young when he came in. He's 34 now. He's still youngish, but MJF was like, what was he, like 22 when this started? So yeah.
22 or 23, yeah.
Yeah. So then Danielson arrives for the presser. I will charitably say this press conference looked very low rent. Like, when you consider this is a major league wrestling company doing a show on national television, it looked like they were in like a boardroom and you had like 4 people there. And
it was staged so that you didn't see anybody who was actually talking. All the people that were in there were the plants watching the thing. And then the
actual reporters were off camera. Yeah.
We're off camera on the mic, and it sounded like at least the first 2 were friends of somebody that they picked. Here, read this off of a cue card.
Yeah, because I mean the questions were lame as hell, and they didn't identify themselves. Right. And Danielson was fumbling over his words when he's trying to explain the stipulation. And then when they brought in Hangman, people clapped, which you don't really want to hear at a press conference.
You don't cheer in the press box or in the press conferences.
Although I will say there is cheering and booing at UFC press conferences. So to this day. So the first question was for Hangman. And this quote unquote reporter says, last week, MJF cost you and Jet Set Rodeo the trios belts. So are you going for revenge in here, or is this something else?
Oh, you didn't do the terrible line reading of this. It was like Jet Set Rodeo.
Yeah.
As if you had never heard of them.
Oh my God. And And like, I watched the match. MJF did not cost them the trios titles.
Correct.
Okay. And then he says it's for revenge, but it's also about the world championship, and I'm taking what he holds dearest.
It's business, but it's also personal.
So the next guy claims his name was Demetrius Johnson, which I believe was the UFC flyweight champion at one point.
Yes.
Maybe it was him. I don't know. We didn't see
I think
him.
it might have been.
It could have been. He says, for someone watching AEW for the first time at Revolution, and they're watching you guys this match, what do you want them to leave with? And then MJF says, let me handle this one. He says, real professional wrestling. This is sickening and stupid, but I'm a winner, so I'm going to be leaving with the AEW World Title on March 15th. And then Hangman says, Moxley's leaving in an ambulance. The fans are going to leave with the most extreme thing they've ever seen stuck in their heads. Then we get Baby Huey, who I've talked to a few times.
He follows me. He's a good
guy. He says, MJF, last year you faced Hangman and lost both matches, so what adjustments do you feel like you need to make? And MJF says, first, you tub of goo, you waste of space. You asked a stupid question. You should probably get a stupid answer, but I'm going to be charitable. So those were flukes. Hangman, he got a lucky shot, but that person is out of bullets. And after Sunday, he's never going to be able to challenge for the title again because I'm beating him on March 15th. Then we got Ben Cruz.
Pause here.
Okay.
You can tell who MJF likes.
Yes.
Like, they should have just gotten guys from the wrestling general media. Like, I mean, that Garrett? You could have insulted. I don't think MJF is allowed to insult Denise.
Garrett was there, but he didn't want to be a part of this.
No, I know that. Neither did.
And he would have been if he wanted to. He'd have been on camera.
Garrett would have been fine doing this because
Garrett was going to. If he got a chance to ask a question, he was going to be asking about the Academy Awards. So it's probably a good idea that Garrett wasn't on.
Well, he was going to go rogue. He was going to take the question he was given.
Rogue. I mean, it's not like they're giving him a script.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
These are all co-opted media.
They were co-opted media, but these were real questions. But these people know their roles. Okay. It's exactly like it is in WWE. All these people have been on the WWE post shows. We didn't have John Pollock or Brandon Thurston in here. Brandon Thurston would have asked,
how do you feel about Vince McMahon being a rapist? Okay.
Why are you having a service called myaew.com? You don't think Brandon would have asked about that?
No, because he has a line to Mookie, and Mookie's behind it. So
true. And actually, Mookie did some great work on the F4W board, coaching people as well. So anyways, Ben Cruz from The Ringer asks, what specific lessons are you taking from your previous Texas Death matches into Sunday? And Hangman says, I've won in Texas Death. I've defended the title in Texas Death. I've made careers and I've ended careers. Max doesn't stand a snowball's chance in hell. And I'm going to teach him about this one drop of blood at a time. That's a good answer. Denise Sato says, you have quite the history of Texas Death in California. In 2023, you beat Mox at Revolution. 2024, you lost to Swerve at Full Gear. Is this the convergence of all your stories? And Hangman says, I laid my career on the line. People have compared us for 6 years. Finally, on Sunday, we get to finish it at Revolution. This year is going to be a replay of last year, but with a lot more blood. And then Danielson says, time to wrap up. We got one more question. And this is from Christopher from Self-Made. This might have been a plan. Paige, if you do not win, who are you in AEW? And MJF says, yeah, Hangman, who are you? And Hangman looked flustered at this question. And he says,
well, he is from Virginia Tech. It may have taken him a long time to process
he
it.
He says, well, first of all, that's not happening because I'm winning. And then MJF says, it's obvious you're not winning. So why don't we have a salute to that? We'll do it the cowboy way. I got 2 beers and we'll cheer this the good old fashioned way. Here's to you never being world champion again. And then Hangman slaps the beer out of his hand. They get into a brawl. Then they brawled into the arena, even though this was taped earlier in the day. Hangman MJF threw a security guard in front of him, got the advantage briefly. They ended up back at ringside. Hangman rolled him in the ring. Million security guards came out there. I don't know where they were when Claudio was beating on Mark Briscoe, but they were here. And Hangman beat down all the security one by one. MJF got his ring on. He was about to hit Hangman, but Hangman went to hit him with the dead eye, or he hit him with the dead eye, actually. Then he went under the ring, found a barbed wire board, sat up MJF on the apron, looked like he was going to go for another dead eye onto the board. MJF escaped, ran through the crowd. Hangman threatened to end his life as the show was ending. I just, again, after watching this, I sure as hell felt like MJF is winning.
Yeah, I do too. I think maybe the women's tag is the only thing that.
And you know, the funny thing is MJF is actually the betting favorite, which it surprised me because I thought the whole thing was all I've been hearing was, well, they're basically telling you the Hangman's winning. And it's like, all right,
that's not the most interesting, but that's not the most interesting choice. The most interesting choice is the stipulation.
Exactly. And the more interesting opponents are the ones for MJF.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, as the heel that everybody hates, you can put heels against him. He has that Tully Blanchard quality to him.
Yeah. So
what
again,
are you? What did you just see that made you react?
Like I pulled up the wrong Revolution. I was
okay. We'll pick last year's winners.
Yeah. So yeah, it was. Yeah, Denise was good. I mean, she's done this a lot. Fernando thought it was the best fake press conference in a long time. I don't remember any fake press conferences, but I didn't like it.
That was mid, but I do wonder because this My AEW is going to have podcasts supposedly.
Yes, but I think it's just a podcast they're already doing.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think so. I mean,
there was a content creator that said that they were going to be on the network, which
I mean, hey, Tony, he's got my DM. I'd be more than happy to shill for AEW. Bill Apter wasn't available. Yeah. I mean, there was other reporters there. I mean, Dave was there and he wasn't going to be a part of this. They would have loved to have Dave on. They would have put him on camera, I bet.
That would have been bad.
I believe you are correct. And Dave knows that. And that's why he didn't do it.
I agree.
And Garrett's the same. Garrett said, I'm not going to be an unpaid extra. Denise, it's perfect for her brand.
If you would yes, because Denise does fluff and she does content.
Yeah,
she does content.
Denise is a content creator. She's
her whole thing is about access and content creation, and she knows.
And same with Baby Huey, and same with Ben. Yeah.
No, and there's nothing wrong with that. Fine. And this was the difference between this and say when Punk was doing the press conferences and you had actual people doing actual reporting. Yes. And that's what we said. We said, hey, just bring in the people who know what the act is and do it, and then it'll be better. So
and they've done this before. Like, I mean, Denise has been on WWE television. She's done the post shows on WWE, which, I mean, that's what this was. I mean, WWE's looks better because, I mean, they're a bigger company and they got better production and all that, but it's the same thing. And at least they did an interesting angle coming out of it. So, that was fine. But yeah, I thought Hangman Max was great. Like he treated this like an actual press conference, which I kind of liked.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah. And
although I laughed that MJF couldn't remember the word toast.
Yeah.
You do Danielson, a salute, right?
God bless Danielson. He was terrible. They should have had Renee do this.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why Danielson was up there. But I wonder what happened to Excalibur. Like, was he sick or something? Because, I mean, he lives in California. There's no, it'd be interesting to see if he's
possibly an issue with TSA.
Oh, okay. Why was he?
Maybe I don't know.
Did he do the England show? Maybe is that?
No. He's down in San Diego, so I'm wondering.
Oh, like just getting to San Jose. Okay.
Yeah, possibly.
All right. So let's look at this card. Oh my God.
Yes.
There's
20 matches.
Well, 13, which I swear I thought it was more. And I bet you we're missing something, but I got it
on the
here.
night of the Oscars.
Yeah.
And when public transit stops early, that'll be fun.
Well, at least it's early in LA, right? The show starts at 5. So
yeah, but it'll still end around midnight.
Nah, 10. 10. Actually, the pre-show probably starts at 4. So on the pre-show, they announced this on Collision, and there's no storyline reason for it at all. Ricochet is defending the AEW National Championship in a 21-man blackjack battle royal. What's a blackjack battle royal? I have no idea. They used to do the casino battle royal, which was They had the four
suits, right?
Yeah. And I don't think this is delayed like reaction, unless like maybe because it's blackjack, maybe like you have like a 10 and an ace or something, and they come out together. Like, I don't know.
And
I
it's
guess
not a casino gauntlet, which is people at random coming.
Yeah,
out.
no, it's so I assume everybody comes in at the same time, but I don't know. And the only two people announced are Ricochet, who's the champion, and Tommaso Ciampa. So basically anybody that's not on the card is probably on here.
And is he defending it in here, or does
Yes.
he face the winner?
No, he is in the match and he's defending the title. So
maybe this is the title change to Jungle Boy.
That would be lame, but you might be right. I think maybe we get a return. Usually you get a return in matches like this. Or a return or a debut.
It's a pre-show. So who do you have? Like Wardlow?
Christian?
See, I think Christian and Edge come back, and Copeland come back together.
Well, that could be the tease that, okay, one's here, the other one's coming.
Okay, maybe.
Maybe Nick Wayne?
Nick Wayne wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, because then that's also a tease that we're probably seeing Christian soon. You know.
Is there anybody from the international stage that you make the wild card in this?
There's lots of people. I mean, they did some Ring of Honor tapings, and like there's a bunch of guys from New Japan there. So, I mean, you know, any one of them could be on the show. Robbie Eagle, I think it was Robbie Eagles I saw wrestling on the Ring of Honor show. So,
he's someone LA centric.
Not that I know of, but you know what you could get in here? Actually, I'm gonna call this. You're gonna get, and you're gonna like this, because I credits Kevin Ely for this name. You're gonna get Flash Borden.
Okay, yeah. I could go with that.
Yeah, Baby Sting. Yeah, and then the other match that's announced for the pre-show, and I'm sure we're gonna get more. Willow Nightingale and Lena Cross for the TBS Championship. And then
Willow wins that, and she gets beat up afterwards.
Yes, and then she ends up losing on the pay-per-view is what I think is going to happen. And then the pay-per-view, Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong against the Dogs. I don't think it matters, because I think this is just step one in, you know, a multi-match feud that's probably going to end up in like, I think they're going to maybe end up doing like a blood and guts match or something, you know, down the road.
Maybe. Who do you have winning this?
It doesn't matter. I'll go with the Dogs, but it really doesn't matter at all.
Oh, Big Boom AJ is probably gonna be on 0 Hour at some point too, doing a match.
Yeah, he was also in that Ring of Honor match, so that's a good call. Or he could be in that Battle Royal too. In fact, he probably will be in the Battle Royal, and then he's going to do an angle to set up something at Double or Nothing, because Double or Nothing's in Jersey, and that's where he's from, right?
Okay.
Or not Jersey, but Long Island.
Right.
Yeah, and he's from there, so. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Who do you have? I guess I'd say the Dogs, but
I think there's gonna be something dumb where Roddy has miscommunication again with Orange.
Oh God.
And we draw this out.
You're probably right.
And then Kyle's gonna have to be the one to settle things, and then everybody becomes a family again.
LeRon says that Persephone losing in her AEW debut was stupid and thought you should do a time limit draw. So you weren't listening, but Jeff said the same thing. I don't think this was her debut. I think I've seen her before on AEW television, but I mean, it might have been her Dynamite debut. Might have been her Dynamite debut. In fact, I probably was. I think I've seen her on Collision before, though.
Yeah.
Babes of Wrath against Megan Bayne and Lena Cross. I think we're getting a title
change.
Yeah,
title change.
And then, as I said, I think Harley. I think the Harley thing. It's just you heard about her having to deactivate her social media.
No.
Oh yeah, because she's getting a lot of criticism about the injury to Penelope Ford. People are blaming her, even though it's not her fault.
What?
Yeah. So it was literally like 2 days after.
Wrestling fans, don't be psychotic challenge starting now. Jeez.
So I have no inside info or anything, just a gut feeling. And she seemed like we haven't seen much of her since that happened. And even today,
a little PTO, a little time
even today,
away.
Even today, she was very subdued in her promo. Like, I mean, by Harley standards. I mean, by anyone else's standards, she was like.
And then we build up the Twin Towers versus the Brawling Birds.
Brawling Birds, yeah,
I'm cool with that.
And maybe even get. No,
we get an inspiration squash.
Yes, Yeah, the inspiration against the Twin Towers. Okay, where are we here? Oh yeah, Revolution. Here we go. Okay, so this match, you may not even have known about this one because they made this match on Collision, and it was not mentioned even once tonight, I don't think. Timeless Tony Storm and Marina Shafir. Everyone's banned from ringside. That's the stip.
So someone's showing up at ringside eventually.
No, everyone's banned. So,
yeah, I know, but Wheeler Yuta's showing up, I bet.
But it's weird, that they're doing this, like, and they never even mentioned it. And Marina was out there, but I don't think they.
Everything's weird about this feud because she's a heel in a babyface stable.
Yes, yeah, yeah. So
what do you have?
I'm gonna say Marina, and then that's the last time Tony's gonna be losing before we get to All In. I think she's gonna lose here, and then she's gonna go on a tear. But I think she got one more loss in her.
Okay, I can't bet against Tony Storm because of the LA crowd and everything like that. So I'm gonna go with Tony Storm.
Okay, it's got here listed on Wikipedia: Big Boom AJ versus TBA, but I don't actually think that's been announced, and I think that the TBA may be that he's in that battle royal. But who knows? Because usually the stuff he does is on the pre-show, not on the main card. So
I'll go with Trent again, but we'll see.
Why not? We could even get like AJ and his kid against Trent and Rocky. I mean, that's coming at some point.
Well, we had that set up in the bar that one time. Right?
True. Or AJ and that's the match we got last time. AJ and QT against Rocky and Trent. So.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But we already saw that one. So maybe just a singles match, AJ and Trent. Callis family. So it's Okada, Fletcher, and Davis, who you may have forgotten are the trios champs. Because again, I don't think that was mentioned tonight. Other than Speedball, is facing Mystico for some reason and Jet Speed. Again, like Mystico. I mean, this was announced on social media. They have not. Like Mystico has not been around. Like he has not done anything to build this up. They've mentioned his name a couple times. This is another weird one, but I don't see any reason to expect. I don't see any reason to. Yeah, we're gonna get a retention here. I was kind of hoping that the team that would win these trio titles would actually be Okada, Fletcher, and Takeshita, and we get some, like miscommunications and stuff, and that would be what ended up leading to the breakup. Feels like that breakup's coming soon. Like finally, because that angle they did after the opener felt like it was building to a breakup. Tekla against Chris Statlander in a 2 out of 3 falls match. I mean, if this was Arena Mexico, like 2 of those falls would be like 5 minutes total, but I don't think we're getting that here.
This is like Britt Baker when she wanted to prove that she was the workhorse of the division.
Yeah.
Tekla. There's no way we're gonna put the belt.
I will. You know what? I will cancel myaw.com and send Tony $50 for this pay-per-view if Tekla wins in 2 straight falls. But I would love to see Tekla win in 2 straight falls. I don't think it's happening, but that would be awesome if she did. I mentioned I love Tekla?
Oh yeah.
You didn't see the promo she did on Friday, right? Or on Saturday?
I watched social media.
Okay. Yeah. So the one where like the crowd is on her a little bit and
they're giving her the what treatment because smartest fans in wrestling, those AEW
and
fans.
She just kept going and shut them up. And she's so awesome. Brody King and Swerve Strickland singles match, no steps. Swerve's got to win. Yeah, Swerve's got to win, but Brody's going to hurt him. I mean, theoretically, like in storyline, it's not going to be like an actual injury. This one they never mentioned tonight either. Andrade and Bandito.
I think Bandito wins that one, even though
I think Andrade's going to win, and then that's going to set up a rematch on the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, which I think is coming in a couple weeks.
I'll go with that. I'd love that.
Yeah.
I'm a big Andrade guy, so yeah.
Yeah. Moxley and Takeshita, no time limit for the AEW Continental Championship.
Moxley retains, but it's a show of respect afterwards as Takeshita turns babyface because the Callis family tries to, despite it being a no interference belt, they're going to try and interfere.
Yeah, they're not allowed to interfere, right? In this thing.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm gonna say that something's gonna happen. I don't exactly know how, but something's gonna happen where Moxley loses, but it's because of something that the Callis family did, and Takeshita's not gonna know about it. So Takeshita wins, but Moxley got fucked, and then Takeshita's gonna find out about it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah, but I just don't know how they can do it. So maybe you're right, but we'll see.
It feels like somebody should have hit a screwdriver or wants to do a screwdriver, and then Takeshita doesn't want to use the screwdriver,
and then Moxley accidentally hits it or something. Like the ref's out, and and that happens. Or maybe no, I'm not. I'm not going to call what I was just saying.
Daniel Garcia heel turn.
That's kind of what I was going for. More like Claudio though. Because if anyone's going to turn on Moxley, it's going to be Claudio. FTR and the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. No stip, just a straight match.
This is interesting.
And it's in LA.
I could make an argument that the Bucks win, but I think FTR wins and then loses it to
Edge and Christian. But I also see a 3-way between the Bucks, FTR, and Edge and Christian. Yeah, which you could get to.
How about this for a screwy finish? One guy from each team pins the other. So the tag titles are held up for the 3-way.
Or they do a ladder match or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is their 5th match, and I think they're 2-2. So take that for what it's worth. And then the main event. And again, I feel like we're missing something here, but it's a freaking long card. MJF defending the AEW World Championship against Hangman. If Hangman loses, he can never challenge for the title again, and it's a Texas death match. Again, I think we both already said we both have MJF winning.
MJF has to win this match.
I think so.
There's no reason to have Hangman win this title back. There's nothing interesting to do with Hangman if he wins this title. The only interesting thing is to see how he handles losing it, which would be possibly a dark journey into his soul as he tries to break that stipulation.
And did you see the news that I think it was reported on F4W.com today, right around the time Dynamite started, that Will Ospreay's recovery is going very well?
Yes.
So
I saw Fightful that he's close to coming back.
Oh, maybe the F4W story was co-opting that information.
Possibly he does.
So my prediction is Will Ospreay shows up at the end after the main event, and as MJF is celebrating and says, "You're not going to be holding that title for long. I'm entering the Owen. I'm going to win the Owen, and I'm going to beat you for that title at Wembley." And the tickets for All In go on sale the next day.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a fact. So that's not a prediction. That one's a spoiler, as Paul Heyman would say. But yeah, so I do believe we're going to see Will Ospreay in some form on the pay-per-view because the tickets go on sale the next day, and I don't think that's a coincidence.
All right.
Yeah. So, and they're running Wembley this year. So Will Ospreay going for the and if Will Ospreay says I'm going to win the Owen and challenge for the title, and he already did that last year and didn't, I think it's got to be a fairly safe bet that he will win the Owen this year if he's cleared and is able to do it.
Okay, so, yeah. Let's do some prop bets.
Okay.
Do we get any other surprises? Any surprise returns, even for like an interview segment? Do we get an Adam Cole? Do we get a Britt Baker? Do we get?
No, I mean Adam Cole. I mean, he could show up on the pre-show and do something, but I don't think. Know what? I think it's a really decent chance that we never see Adam Cole in the ring again. Like, I hope I'm wrong, but
do we get a setup on the pre-show for a Paul Walter Hauser match on an AEW card at some point?
I hope not.
I think we do.
Really, I like Paul Walter Hauser. Don't get me wrong.
I do too. He's a great guy.
You know what? He's doing a movie on Mick Foley. Did you hear about that?
Yes.
Yeah. So he might be busy.
But he's also doing stuff for, I think.
Oh, is he still doing
Hollywood and MLW? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there, yeah, maybe then.
And it's in LA. He'll probably be on the pre-show because he was on the pre-show last year too.
So just even if he's just an analysis, maybe somebody comes out and challenges him. And
with RJ, last year he was doing something. He was doing stuff with Harley, Jarrett, RJ, and Renee, and then QT came out to set up something.
Oh, you know what? They could do Paul Walter-Hauser and like Blake Christian or something.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. So surprises. I'm trying to think of, maybe we see Lashley. Haven't seen him in a while. I don't know why.
Do the Hurt Syndicate even still work for this company? That's the question.
That I'm not positive of. I'm told they do, but again, you never know, right? Like there's so many people that have vanished, and you know, like, and I'm not complaining because the TV's been great, but they have a lot of people under contract. Is there any? I mean, you know, if Gargano.
I think Mercedes may make a showing on this show.
That's a good call. That's a good call. Yeah. Maybe she shows up at the end of the Statlander match and challenges Tekla.
Could be.
Yeah,
I'm here for that.
To me, like I had said, the money match at All In is Tekla and Tony, but then I did say last year when they had that awesome match at All In, I said, you do not rematch these people for a year, and the two of them are not even in a match against each other until next year. And sure enough, that looks like where we're going. So we could get that rematch at All In, and that's a better match, honestly, than Tekla. As much as I like Tekla, Tony and Mercedes is a money match. That could, I mean, well, if Will's challenging for the title, it's not going to main event, but anything else, it could main event. Like that's a big match for AEW. So that's it, I think, right? Okay, we're going to be back on your network in your neck of the woods tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow I'm hosting Paul for Shake Them Ropes. The road to WrestleMania. It's a little bumpy, taking a few curves here. We'll talk a little bit about this my AEW thing too. See if Paul's prayed over it. See if guilt has overcome him. Hearing a ticking heart in the boards of his floor. Like Edgar Allan Poe or something, and maybe, you know, we'll actually be able to venture into NXT this week since Rob doesn't work there. Kendall Gray gave up her title on Evolve. I
didn't know that. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, she vacated. You know, see what else happens in the news between today and tomorrow, and that'll drop sometime either late Thursday or early Friday on your podcatchers, either on the Shake Them Ropes feed or on the Voices of Wrestling mega feed.
So Kendall is taking her cues from HBK and won't even drop it in the ring, eh? Because she just defended the title last week.
Female Obafemi, baby.
Yeah, she could have dropped it to PJ Vasa. I would not recommend that. Yeah, so for me, that's what I got to plug. And we had no takedown this week. That was my fault. I have a new phone, and Garrett was trying to message me in Slack, but the Slack was not logged in on my new phone, so I wasn't getting any messages. And it turns out I couldn't even access my old one because it was set up with my old email address, which I don't have access to anymore. So a lot of behind the scenes stuff there. But anyways, so Garrett, Jeff and I will be here tomorrow and then again next week. So for Jeff Hawkins, I've been Paul Fontaine, and this has been The Dynamite Show.